6th grade. I really wish you were here with me to study circles. We would be going, if we were here, and I did not come up with this on my own, this is a Miss Judy idea, we would be going to the gym. And we would be walking across the center line of the circle in the center of the gym, the WA, the circle. We would be walking and putting our feet edge to edge and counting how many footsteps you have from one edge to the other. Well, in a circle, the name of that line from one edge to the other, line PR or RP, is called the diameter. So PR, line segment PR, is diameter. And it is from one edge of the circle to the other. Half of that, half of the diameter, is called your radius. So OQ, line segment OQ, line segment OS, line segment OP, line segment OR, all of these are a radius, and a radius is half of the diameter. All of these are the same. I tried to draw this with a 10-inch diameter and a 5-inch radius. 5 times 2 equals 10, right? So this is the diameter equals 2R, okay? So diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. That's pretty basic. Okay, so now we have parts. This is our center point of the circle, but on the outside of the circle, this is called an arc, okay? And it's shown like this, arc PQ, okay? Arc QR, arc RS, arc SP. Okay, now if you start, so let's say we were in the gym and we were walking our feet, we were putting our feet, one just touching the other all the way across, and you're counting how many footsteps, how many length of your foot all the way to the other edge. And then you write that down. And then you start at this point and you go all the way around. And I mean, it takes a while to get all the way around in the gym. And you get all the way back. And then you count the number of footsteps. If you did that, this line that you walked all the way around the edge, now the edge in a square is called the perimeter, right? The edge in a triangle is the perimeter, but the edge in a circle is not called perimeter. The edge in a circle is called circumference. And you learned this last year, okay? And circumference has, mathematicians have come up with a formula to help you if you don't, it's very hard to measure something that's in a circle. You could use a string, but it's still really hard to get it just right on the edge of the circle. So they studied circles, and they said, you know what? There's a relationship between the circumference of a circle and the diameter of a circle. And the circumference is equal to, and this is a number, but it's represented by a symbol, and it's called pi. Okay, and I'll talk about pi in just a minute. But it's pi times d. And you say, and I need to probably make this lowercase d. If you say, okay, Miss Donna, I don't have a clue what pi is. I thought that was something that you eat. Well, it is a symbol that stands for pi is equal to 3 1/7. Well, if you take 1 and divide by 7, you won't finish any time in your lifetime, because it is an irrational number. It never ends. 1 divided by 7 does not repeat. It's not terminating. It never ends. And one year I had a student that that in little tiny print, I should get it out of because I saved it, and they gave me all the all the fractions, not fractions, but decimal places for pi. It just goes on and on and on and on. You keep dividing. So instead of keeping on and on, we round pi. So that is 3.14. And there's a whole bunch of digits after that. But for sixth graders, all we need to know is that pi is equal to 3.14. So if I need to find circumference, I don't write that symbol, I just write 3.14 times d. Okay, now what happens if I don't have diameter? What if I have just radius? Well, if two radiuses equal diameter, so the circumference using radius is 3.14 times 2 times r, okay? 2 times r, and if you want to put some parentheses in between that, you can, okay? 3.14 times 2 times r. So if you don't know the diameter and you do know the radius, then it's easy to work. Okay, now the last thing I want to do is show you how to use your compass. And you receive those, and you also have a ruler, okay? So the only way a compass works, and this is one big compass, okay? The only way a compass works is with this, which is, mine has got a little suction thing for my board, but yours has a really sharp point. That is where the center point of your circle will go. So the only way this works, it doesn't work with diameter. You can't draw it using diameter. You have to draw using radius. So how do you find radius if you only know diameter? If you only know diameter and you need to find radius, then you would divide by 2. So diameter, oh, this one doesn't work. Diameter divided by 2 equals radius. Diameter divided by 2 equals radius. Or radius equals diameter divided by 2. Okay, so I've already told you this is a 10-inch diameter. So I divided that by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So this is a 5-inch radius. And then I made a line before I started, and I measured. Now look, it slipped on me just a little bit, but it's pretty close to 5. It's a little bit under 5, but you see it's 5 inches. Okay, so you make a mark where the 5-inch mark is, and then you put your center point. You have to have 2 marks. You have to have a center point mark, and then you have to have your radius mark. Once you get that, then you start, you hold that in tight, and this is what happens. Don't put so much pressure on your compass on the outside. Put your pressure here on the inside, and then I have the cap on my pen, so it's not going to write, but very lightly, you're going to twist it with your hand, okay? You're going to twist it with your hand to go around, and you should end up. It takes practice. If you put too much pressure, you're going to push that pencil back up in here. It won't hold tight enough. So I try to get it really tight for you, but if you put too much pressure, it's going to mess it up. So you're going to use radius to draw your circles. I think that's all you'll need to do, all of those sections. We're stopping on perimeter. We're not going to find area for a circle. So I hope you enjoy working with compasses. Have fun with it at home. Please take good care of it, and I'll get it back when you send in your work. Okay. I have loved teaching you this year. I don't know. I don't know if we're done. I think we might be. But anyway, I just hope you have a safe time, and I hope you love math as much as I do. I miss all of y'all, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Call me if you have any questions. Bye.